Welcome to the Top Sports podcast. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you're listening / watching on YouTube. You can also find this podcast on Spotify and other podcast platforms. So, hi and welcome to episode 3 of the Top Sports podcast. You've joined me, John, in a laughing fit right now. I don't know if he is. Are you laughing at the squad, John, or what? What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at Southgate's massive nose. That's not that. No, I'm laughing at the squad, mate.
Laughing at the squad. Go on then. Tell me why you're laughing at the squad.
I don't know where to start. Really, just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Some of the looking at 4 or 5 names in the midfield is just shambles, and all them defenders.
It is very. It's now you've said that. I didn't even notice that, but now you've said that, I'm looking at that thinking he's very light in midfield, isn't it?
Light's not the word. It's considering that he's saying then that Henderson's not match fit, that he's going to feature tomorrow. So then that brings it down to 4 fit midfield players for a major tournament. I know other players can play there, but officially, Jesus.
Yeah, because he said apparently Trent he likes more in midfield. What do you think about that? Yeah, really? That's what one of his statements is. Because what this squad says to me at the moment, is chosen players that are more versatile over players that are sort of better in that position. That's what he said to me. We've got, with 4 right backs. Let's just talk about 4 right backs because that's unnecessary. But he's obviously seeing Trent as can play in midfield, and he's seeing that Kyle Walker can play right centre back, which you've mentioned before. So, I guess that's his reason, and he's looking at versatility. And we kind of joked about that, and you're a bit angry at the end of the last podcast talking about sort of if you're taking, let's just say, Bukayo Saka because he's versatile, then that's a bit wrong. But it seems to have been the right call, I suppose.
Okay, so the 4 right backs, I can accept it to some extent. Come out and said Walker can play centre back, fine. Reece James can play centre back of a 3, like he's done for Chelsea. There's 2. That's fine. And then you got your 2 official right backs, Arnold and Trippier, fine. But don't start pushing Alexander Arnold further forward. What did he mean? Right wing back, or did he mean further forward than that? Did you get? Because that's just, if you're going to start pushing as a right winger, that's just shambles. Because England have played 4-2-3-1 or 5 at the back. Well, 3-5-2, haven't they? They're the only 2 formations Southgate's only ever played.
I think that's what he's going to go with. I think what we'll see tomorrow maybe is sort of something that we will see. I think. Well, you'd like to think so anyway. When you're going into these 2 friendlies, you'd like to think England would maybe start to try and find their sort of formation before they get going, right?
Of course. The problem is that none of the Man U players are going to play. So that's obviously Maguire. I didn't think would play anyway. That means left back will be Chilwell for this game, and Greenwood's pulled out. Rashford won't play. But then, apart from that, there's quite a lot of players playing. So you'd like to think that England will pick a formation that's going to be, ready-made for Croatia. But if you're going to play 2 different formations in the next 2 friendlies with 22 different players, then he's nowhere knowing his first 11 for that Croatia game. That's a major worry for me, massively. And that's my issue with the squad. Can you categorically tell me that Southgate knows he's starting 11 from that?
Well, no, because I just think look how many. I know it's almost like the amount of talent to choose from was quite high, but now I'm looking at this, I think there may be a lack of balance.
Agreed. Even if you go 4-2-3-1, that's still 2 midfielders, centre midfield, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then 3-5-2, 3 centre midfielders.
Yeah.
I know you'd argue that one of the forwards would slot in there.
Yeah.
But considering Henderson isn't fit on what he's saying, but he will feature tomorrow, that he needs to build it up. He's fit, but he's not match fit. Is basically what he's saying, isn't he? That he needs to get minutes under the belt. There's a potential he won't even start against Croatia. So that leaves 4 centre midfielders. That just really bothers me, like, massively.
Yeah. Do you think Ward-Prowse is a bit hard done by here? Because
I think he's hard done by, but as a lot of people have said, it's a lack of options. As I said before, the lack of options in the middle. Is Southgate proving a point with that to then justify other decisions? Is he proving a point to everyone to say, hold on, well, I'm short in the midfield anyway. I'm going to take a massive gamble, and that means I can take an extra playmaker in Grealish. So if Grealish didn't make the cut and he took Lingard or Ward-Prowse, excuse me, do you think there'll be a massive outcry for Grealish to have gone over dropping Ward-Prowse? I think it was the easy option. He's gone for the easy option.
yeah, I think so because I think everybody would want. Well, you want to fit Jack Grealish, don't you? So there is that. So if it was like Grealish didn't have this injury that's kind of over his head at the moment, and they keep talking about deloading him and things like that, and loading him back up and all that kind of stuff, then I think you would be like, if Grealish weren't in this squad, I would be okay. I understand because of that injury. Obviously, it's just too much, and they can't guarantee that he won't sort of, do more harm to himself. So I think in that case, you'd go, okay, fine, I get that. But yeah, a fully fit Jack Grealish, you'd be really annoyed, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would. I mean, that amount of defenders, even the versatility, we're just looking through. I mean, the keepers, I've got nothing to say on that, to be honest with you.
No. Well, you called it anyway. Ramsdale was never going to go, was he?
No. I mean, he's come out and said the 3 players that were there for experience, exactly what I thought was Godfrey, White and Ramsdale.
Yeah.
They already knew they weren't going.
Yeah. I think they're sticking around the squad, though, for these friendlies. So
yeah, fair
play. They might get some minutes under their belt, to be fair.
Fair play. I'm just very surprised with Cody and Mings. I am surprised with both. That really was.
Yeah, because we had one of them to go, didn't we? Really? Well, it was more Cody, wasn't it, that we kind of put to the side a little bit and was like, we don't think Cody would go because of the Wolves haven't had a great season after that. They haven't stood out. So you would have thought that maybe Cody would be the one to sort of be dropped there. But obviously he's managed to fit him in, which actually I think is the right decision.
You think so, though, after saying that Reece James can play, as I said, you got 2 of the right backs can play centre back.
Yeah, because I think he offers a little bit more in terms of being a leader. I don't see many leaders there. Like, the leaders to me are probably Jordan Henderson. Obviously, Harry Kane's your captain, so he's probably more of a leader as well. And then Harry Maguire, I would accept as a leader, being sort of the United captain. But if Harry Maguire's kind of not there at the moment, or, he's not full fitness, then I think, if Connor Cody's going to be around the lads and things like that, he's a good, like we said, he's got a presence on the pitch, hasn't he? So I do think sometimes little things like that matter, don't they? I don't know what it is. It's just, sometimes it is about, someone might not be the best player on the sheet, but their presence alone helps you sort of, develop the people around him and create good partnerships and things like that. He could be really good backup for Mings. I see, like, on the England Instagram, they're all sort of together all the time. So Mings could be learning from someone like him. I don't know, because he's quite an experienced player.
So. He is. So it's not a bad shot. But you make a good point there. You do.
Yeah. So I mean, again, defenders. We could talk. I suppose everyone would be angry at the 4 right back situation. And for me, I would have at least left one at home, and I would have gone with an extra midfielder. Whether that would have been Prowse or Lingard, I don't know. I mean, I think your point about Prowse would have been the one for me to kind of tip it over the edge, because Lingard has had a decent season. Just don't think that he's in the England setup now, is he? So
no, I am surprised with with Lingard not going. I must say, but as you say, what fucking you asking to say about it? It's just like midfield. It's just, as you say, that extra name in the midfield is what you'd want. But he's decided to go with 4 right back, so we'll have to wait and see now, won't we? But I think he's proving a point at the same time. I think just to, as I say, just to show the lack of depth in the midfield, possibly, and then to try and he's probably going to say, well, I've took an extra, that I've managed to get an extra option in defence to do with the formation. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk about forwards then, because forwards aren't that sort of shocking to me, apart from Saka being in there, and maybe I reckon it is. What is it down to? It's got to be down to versatility, hasn't it? That he's going.
Well, I need Arsenal fans to tell me, because I'm not backtracking what I said. No way. I need Arsenal fans to tell me why he's in there.
Yeah, because Watkins has played pretty well. I actually thought Watkins was going to cheekily sneak in there. And the only reason being is because, again, on England's Instagram, they've just been absolutely putting Watkins in a bit of a spotlight. If you look at some of the videos that they're doing and stuff. So I was kind of thinking, maybe Watkins is going. But, I think they all knew way before what the squad was going to be like. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I do. But maybe, do you think Saka's in for Greenwood?
Yeah, I do. I think, that's obviously. Well, Greenwood obviously has this groin injury, doesn't he? Which is a shame, really, because you like Greenwood, don't you? And the qualities he brings.
I do. But it's a good. See, the Watkins alone to Saka doesn't. I'm not got nothing like. What's the word? I'm not. I can accept it as in Watkins not going for Greenwood, because Greenwood can play on the right. When people say Watkins can play on the wings, I won't have it. Watkins is a striker. You end off. No way can he, because Greenwood is more versatile than Watkins, in my opinion. So when Greenwood was out, I thought Sancho was guaranteed to go there, and then that's when I thought Watkins was going to sneak in.
Mm.
But if you're saying you're swapping Greenwood for Saka, then that just blows. I just don't see why. As I said in the other podcast, the versatility thing, fine. If that's what the manager wants, fine. But then, how is, as I said before, I'll say again, how is he any better than any of the players in their prime positions? He's not.
He's not. I don't think so. I agree. I definitely think it's just versatility. Like, he's looked at the squad and he's gone, I need versatility in this because we're struggling for depth in some positions.
Struggling for depth in the centre. Well, find a player then that can play in the midfield then that's versatile.
Oh, yeah. I mean, could you argue in this sense that maybe he should have looked at lower leagues? I know it never happens, really. I think the first player was Calvin Phillips, wasn't he? Because were Leeds still in the Championship when he got picked? I think so. Yeah. I think that it was coming to the end of the season, weren't it, or something?
Yeah.
So would you? I mean, I don't know any English players in the lower leagues. I'll hold my hand up there. I haven't kept an eye on that, so I don't know who would come into this. But would that be a sort of case in that sort of similar thing? Would you, if you were England manager, would you go, you know what? Let's have a little look at some lower league players. I don't know.
Possibly, but even then, though, again, if Saka played for someone else outside of the big, and Arsenal have had a dreadful season, but the big six, would he have gone?
Yeah, big
Saka
six.
played for Newcastle, or someone played for Burnley. Would he have gone? No, he wouldn't. It's just an absolute nonsense. There's still I still think there's something not right with this England. As I said, this England setup of. I mean, you look at the Spain team. You look at the Spain picks. No Madrid. Is there no Madrid players for the first time?
I think so.
Because of injuries to certain players, just totally no form. Doesn't that show you something? That they're not scared to do it. That there's hardly any favouritism.
Yeah.
I know it's going on to a different point, but if Saka played for someone that was a bog standard Premier League, to me, wouldn't be. No, I don't care what anyone says. I'd much rather have an extra midfield. I'd much rather. I know he hasn't played well this season. I'll use an example. I'd much rather you stick Dele Alli in the midfield than have Saka. I really would.
Why though?
Sorry?
Why though? What is?
Because he's played, at least he's proved himself at international level. He can actually play. He's a midfielder. We're short on midfielders. You can inspire Dele Alli. He's a good player. You can't take nothing away from him. He's still really young. He struggled under Mourinho.
Yeah.
He's not going to turn like a bad player overnight. And correct me if I'm wrong, he scored the second goal against Sweden in the World Cup.
Yeah. No.
And he had a good tournament, that tournament. He
Yeah, you're
struggled
right.
in the semi-final. Okay. So did a few players. Like they all gave too much in the first half. But at least Dele Alli, you know where he's going to play. He can play head of the centre mid corner or in the centre mid.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Where
It's a
could
good
Saka
shout.
play? I'll just use an example that I'm much rather, but even then, the two players that have been left out, it's not good with Ward-Prowse and Lingard. The four right backs, I'm not happy. I can accept it, but with Saka, no, I think that's dreadful. It's absolutely dreadful.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, what you looking at this squad then? What do you think of the chances for England?
It all depends on the draw with England, doesn't it? We have potentially got the group of death, haven't we? Is it Group F with Portugal, Germany, Hungary, and who's the other team? Portugal.
It's France, isn't it?
France, good shout, yeah, good shout.
It's the maddest group ever, isn't it?
I think I'm sure if England win the group, we'll become
it's France.
I'm sure. I'm not overly confident on this. After the squad announcement has deflated me. The squad announcement has deflated me because you can have the best attacking three in the tournament, which you could argue, England have got one of the strongest forward lines in the tournament, but there's just so many question marks behind it and what formation you're going to play.
Yeah, my worry with England is I feel like they could be if the back was to the not back to the wall. I think we'd be good on the break. I think we'd be a really good side on the break. I worry when people park the bus. That's when you usually see those England performances, which just aren't great. Like the movement of the ball is just not as quick as it, and they struggle to kind of get it side to side. But I do think obviously we've got talent in there this year that could suggest that we could try to break those lines a little bit. But yeah, I just worry with this team that if we had to sort of break down the wall, I don't know whether they'd do it.
I just worry about the domination midfield from there. Like, when you got your Pogba's.
Yeah, your Kantés and stuff.
Yeah, your Kantés and Pogba's. I mean, Germany have had a bad tournament. They always come back strong, don't they? You can never rule them out.
No.
Portugal, again, everyone thinks you should beat them, but they're the defending champions.
Yeah.
I still just don't think. I think quarterfinals are best for me. Okay. I hope I'm wrong.
So do you think where do you think our placement will be in the group? So I'm just going to go through England's group. We've got Croatia first, then we've got Scotland and the Czech Republic.
Yeah, Croatia, Scotland, Czech Republic. Sorry.
Yeah. Do you think that where do you think we're going to come in that?
I think we'll top the group.
You do? Well, that's good.
I think Croatia I'm just going to say Croatia just drawn in a friendly against Armenia or Albania. I can't remember which one it is. And they have struggled. Croatia haven't been brilliant since that World Cup's final. They haven't.
No. So yeah, I do think we've got a bit of a chance, and I mean, it obviously be better for us to finish top, wouldn't it?
So what is it? Is it the group of death? Is it every group? Is it finishing third? Is it the best three? Is it the best two? Third place?
So I've got it here. I think this is the correct one. This is from what source is this? This is from Euro 2020. So it says the winner of Group F, which is obviously the one with Germany, France, Portugal, would advance to play the third place team of Group A, B, or C.
Depending on the points, the best third place. Okay.
Yeah, the runner-up of Group F will advance to play the winner of Group D. So is that England's group? I can't remember what England group is for the Euros.
Sure, England are in Group D.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it hasn't come up, but yeah. So they're playing the winner of Group D, and then third place team of Group F could advance if one of the 4 best third place teams to play winner of Group B or Group C. So England really need to.
We need to establish what group we're in.
Yeah, we do need to establish what group we're in. I'm trying to find that, John. Spare me some moments here. You know,
Okay,
the technical difficulty is coming up, but I'm that quick that I've jumped on it already, and I can see it in front of my eyes, and it is Group D.
See, mate, bang on there, mate.
There you go. You know, our football knowledge isn't crap, right? So. Yeah, you've got Group D, then you've got so I'm trying to just look at a few of the sort of groups and thinking which ones also are quite interesting. But let's not talk about anyone else. I think that we will do pretty well. I think England would do okay. I wouldn't mind another semi-finals. Okay, so let's put this out there. What would be good enough to keep Gareth Southgate in his job?
That's a good question. So I think we haven't. Sorry, you moved on. We haven't established. So if England win the group, where you've got runners up in the group of death.
Yeah,
that is horrendous.
Yeah,
that's the quarterfinal.
Yeah,
I don't like that one bit.
No, neither do I. I think that's where we might fall down.
I was just about to say that for me, that's why we won't get past the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
We just Portugal. Sorry, your France's, your Portugals, and your Germanys don't play well until the end of the. I know Germany crashed out the World Cup, but not Portugal. They didn't play well at all in Euro 2016 until the last 2 games when they beat Wales, when they beat.
Yeah.
I think they beat France in the final, didn't they?
Yeah, didn't they come? They come third, didn't they, in their group?
Yeah, I think Ronaldo last minute goal, wasn't it, that saved them.
Yeah. So
I think, back to your question, I think quarterfinals, we will crash out. Will that be good enough? No. Because it's the same old story with England.
But that's the thing. Could that just put it down to, it was a tough group. It was a tough draw. But
the Euros is always going to be a tough draw in the quarterfinals. Look who we've played in the quarterfinals.
So, where would England need to place in order for him to keep his job? Do you think semi-final is still good enough?
Yeah, semi-final.
Yeah. Okay, that was quite an easy answer from you then. I thought you was going to go, no, I hate Southgate. Get him out the door. I
don't hate Southgate. I don't like the fact that he's starting to mould into the typical England manager. When he came in, he was so refreshing with his ideas. He bombed like Rooney off. Said, "Right, thank you.
Yeah.
You've been a joy to watch. You're not part of my plans. Bringing in this young group of players, but certain decisions I've questioned it the last few England camps. But we'll wait and see."
Yeah. Okay. I suppose. Yeah. Well. Yeah. I think we've kind of covered everything there, haven't we? Anything else? Any final words?
None at all. Be interested to see the team that he plays tomorrow and Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for listening. If you're listening on Spotify, all the links are in the description below. You can watch us on other streaming platforms as well. We're available on Apple and Google Podcasts. Thanks for those that have been watching so far. If you can, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. It means a lot to us. And follow our social links below. And we will see you in another video coming very, very soon. Cheers, guys. Thanks for listening to this episode. Please subscribe to the channel. You can head over to our socials, Top Sports Podcast on Instagram, Top Sport Podcast on Twitter. Thank you.